Well, hello there. Today, what we're going to talk about is your beverage cooler. Okay, we're going to show you kind of how to lay that out. So you're going to go to photopea.com. You're going to open from your computer, and hopefully you've downloaded the beverage hug template. Okay, I'm going to say open, and as you can see, we have the middle here. This is white. There's the left and right. Remember, this checkered is going to. And if we were to print right now, it'd print white, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. So what we want to do here is we want to place pictures in here, okay? So you can go file open place, or actually file open place. Open place means it's going to open a file and it's going to place it in what we're doing, okay? So we've got some pictures. Let's see. I have no idea. Oh, let's just count. So documents, I shouldn't have anything. For me, a lot of my stuff is whatever I get on the camera. Okay. So let's say I'm going to use some of these photos. So I can actually click and say to here. Okay, and I'll say open, and it's actually going to place every one of those. Okay. Okay, and those are all those photos. Okay, so this is still going. Okay, I think it's done. Okay, so nope, I guess we're still loading. Yes, because I think I have mumps. But you can see I've got quite a few photos, and you could do this. You can move them around if you don't like one. You just delete it. Okay. I think it's got a white one left. I think we're done now. And I actually brought in the file names because that's what they were called. So let's say we want to move. Let's say I want to keep this one. Okay. So but I want to drop out the background. So we say Magic Cut. Now it takes a minute for Magic Cut to open, especially because there's quite a few files here. But you could open like 10 different pictures. And some of you have already done this where you've kind of cut things out. Okay. Let's say I want to keep that. Okay. I like that. That'll be on one of our layers. We'll say, okay, so there's that. Maybe I want to put it right over here. The yellow one, I'm going to go over here. I kind of like it. I might put it over on this side. And so you go select Magic Cut. I would do some Magic Cuts on some projects because it lends itself to it. It makes it a little nicer. These are pretty easy because the background I can kind of get rid of. See how it's already done that? Perfect. We'll click OK. Right here like that. Okay. So I'm actually going to get rid of this guy because I don't need it anymore. I think that's the one, yep. And it's actually turned it off. So I don't know if you can tell. Yeah. Let me close this. You can actually, remember, you can click on it and hit delete key, which is down here, or the delete trash can, and it'll get rid of it. And I want to get rid of that one. I hit delete. Okay. This one is this picture. And I'm really going to do Magic Cut. I just kind of want to see what it'll do because I honestly don't know what it's going to keep and what it's going to let go of. I'm hoping it's going to get rid of the grass. I'm not 100% sure. And it did. That's what I wasn't sure. So I want to keep that. And so we're going to put this over here like that. We might put that up there in the corner. Okay. And there's the bad one of it, or the one we used up. And we're going to trash it. This one I'm not sure I want to keep. And so there's always these advertisements everywhere. And you can right click also and say delete. Okay. This was a thing I have. I still have. I don't need that. Next picture is probably Jeremy. And this is a picture, very special picture to me. This is a student that went to McCutcheon. His jersey's hanging in our classroom. Okay, and I want to keep his photo. So I'm going to click it right there, and I'll say select Magic Cut, and I'm going to get rid of the background. And on Magic Cut, it's pretty good. I'd like to get his foot, so I'm going to change the size here. You can change, and oops, that's a little bit big here. There we go. See if he gets his foot. Yeah, it did. And that's how his helmet. I can live with that, because then I can erase the rest of it. Okay. And Jeremy was a really special kid to me. He was a really nice young man. You guys really would have liked him. He was very popular. So he cared about people. He was just a really nice kid. I'm really sad to see him gone. Okay. Remember, let's say you can downsize things so you can make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so I can put it like that. That's, we can have fun like that. Okay, so this is obviously one we're not going to use anymore. We can trash it. Actually, I got to double click that. Let's go back over there. Sometimes you have to forget. You have to select, deselect, things like that. It'll come here in a second. And sometimes it's just how big the files are. Okay, see, it stops it. So, okay, there's that. What I don't want, I'm just going to turn the eyeballs off. And that's how you do that. Okay, this one's a special picture because this is Coach Shep, myself, and Rondell, and Jackson. So we had some fun with that one. So I kind of like to see what would happen here. So we go select Magic Cut. And I'm assuming, yeah, gotta get Shepherd's hat in here. And the red supposedly will remove stuff. Obviously, you can see. I just want to see if I'll take that background out there. It did. Let's go over here. Oop, it took Jackson's face away. Because the tones of the picture are fairly similar. It did keep his arm. We got to get his arm back in there. And so let's do that. Let's get his arm so we don't lose Jackson's arm. And needs a shave though. Okay, so we'll click OK. And so we have Jackson's picture down here. Okay. And this is my favorite family photo of my family. And remember, you play the game of you move these around. See how that works? That's kind of a cool effect. Okay. Some Magic Cut. And then this is a picture of my family. Let me get back on it here. It is right here. And remember, you can turn these. You can turn them like that. You can turn them like, from upside. You can really do whatever you want. Okay. Move them around. Okay. And then I'm going to say I want some text. And say, hello. And you're like, wow, it didn't type it. Yeah, it did. Okay, it's in here. It always goes to 24 point, and they're always kind of a font, the default of a certain font. So I always crank it there. And then we want to, I'm just going to pick a font. Let's say, Distant Galaxy. There's Distance Galaxy, okay. And I still have the text or the T tool on, but now, excuse me, I want to make it bigger. So now I just click on it and I make it bigger. Okay. And you can see in my layer palette that it's way down here. So I can move it up, and I'm going to move it up ahead of Jeremy. I don't want it to cover his face. I want to put it over there. Maybe I want to put it above the flowers. So I'll put it above the flowers. See what I'm saying? Now we want to say the EFF. This is this layer styles. With layer styles, what you do is that you can pick anything. So I'm going to click color overlay. I know what it's going to be. It's going to be red. It defaults to red. Okay? But you could say, hey, I want the color overlay. No, I want black. Let's say I want to put a red stroke around it. And you can see, you can slide these. See how that works? Obviously, I don't want, maybe like that. There's a thing called pattern overlay. You can actually put a pattern inside of the text. And maybe I don't want that. Maybe I have no idea what this is. Oh, let's go this one. Okay. And maybe I want to make it bigger. Scale it. Okay. There's actually ways we can show you that we can load. We can actually load styles. And I'm not sure. Yeah, it would be here. And we'll show you how to load a style. But you could actually do that. Okay. So there's multiple things you can do here. So I'll say I'm going to, and then you have, let me move this out of the way. You can bevel emboss it. So I click that, and it kind of pops. You can kind of see it, okay? So you click OK. Yep, I can live with that. Okay. Now everything back here is going to be white. So I'm good with that, okay? It's a collage of pictures. It could be something that means something to you. I mean, Jeremy means something to me, obviously. Shep, Rondell, and Jackson, they mean something. They're good friends, and I love them, and we talk. And so I think that's important. My family is very important. Okay, my daughter is very important. The flowers are beautiful. They're special. I just took them. It's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool background. So you can do just about anything you want with this, okay? So have fun with it. Now, the last thing is how to save it. You want to go File, Save As, because you want to save this as a Photoshop and a JPEG. The reason being is if you save it as a Photoshop, you have all the layers. If you save it as JPEG, it smashes all the layers into one, and you can't change it. So I'm going to call this Cooley, or Cooley, and I put F20. Reason being is it's fall of 20. Okay? And it's going to be a Photoshop file. And say, yeah, I want you to replace this one. Okay? So, watch. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to open this up. And it was on my desktop. That's where I saved it. Tilly Cooley. Okay. Just takes a second. Okay, there are the layers. Now, I'm going to also show you, I'm going to save this as a JPEG. Now, the reason I want to call it Tilly Cooley and do it this way is I'm going to hit save. Is when I save it, it's going to remember the name. Okay, and I'm just going to say I want a JPEG of it. Yep. Okay, now here's what I'm going to show you. We're going to file open, and we're going to open up Tilly Cooley. Now here's the problem. See, there's no layers. It's the same file. Now it says PSD. If I were to save that, if I were to save this one, it's going to smash them all down to one layer in a Photoshop, and it'll replace that one. So that's where you got to be careful. You see the difference? You have the layers. This one you don't. Okay. So I'm just going to close that. Okay. So that's truly all there is to this. Okay. Have fun with it. Be creative. Have a theme. Make it something that you're excited about doing, and that you maybe want to give. This is a perfect Christmas gift. Okay, if you can hide it that long. I know Christmas is a ways away, but you could do something like that, or maybe somebody's going to have a birthday from between now and then. These are great little things, great little gifts, and they mean something to somebody. Okay, I was actually at a wedding last night, and it was adult beverages. I don't drink that, but they had in a basket beverage coolies with to for the bride and groom with their name and the date. Okay, so if they had a picture of them, it would have been even better. So it's that type of thing that you can do. Okay, well, we want you to have a great time, have fun with this, and we'll talk to you later.